We live in a world where we rely on intermediaries, banks, brokers, payment processors to manage our money. We trust them with the most fundamental tool of our financial lives. But the history of finance is littered with a sobering truth. Trust can be broken, and centralized institutions can fail. This is why the conversation around Bitcoin isn't just about price and performance. It's about securing your financial sovereignty through self-custody. Why is self-custody essential? What does it mean to hold your own Bitcoin? It means you and only you can control the cryptographic proof of ownership. This proof comes in the form of your private keys. When you leave your Bitcoin on an exchange or a third-party platform, you are essentially asking them to hold the keys for you. When you leave your Bitcoin on an exchange or a third-party platform, you are essentially asking them to hold the keys for you. You're trading convenience for a critical sacrifice: control. This introduces what's known as counterparty risk. That's the risk that the entity on the other side of the transaction, the exchange, the broker, the custodian, will fail, get hacked, freeze your funds, or even run off with them. We've seen this multiple times in the crypto space. The principle is much older and goes straight to the heart of traditional finance: the bank run. So what is a bank run? A bank run is a crisis of confidence. It happens when a large number of customers, fearful their bank could go insolvent, fail, rush to withdraw and deposit simultaneously. Think back to historical examples: the Great Depression, the collapse of Northern Rock in the UK, even the rapid failure of the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank in 2023. In each case, a widespread panic led to a massive simultaneous withdrawal. Since banks operate on a fractional reserve system, which is a scam, by the way, they only hold a fraction of customer deposits on hand, lending out the rest. This means that they cannot possibly meet all withdrawal demands at once. The bank physically runs out of cash, and the people at the back of the line lose everything. This risk is a direct result of centralization and the debt-based nature of traditional banking. So why Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin, when held in self-custody, entirely removes this threat. A Bitcoin is a mutable entry on a public ledger. It's not a promise, and it is not a fractional reserve asset. If you hold your private keys in a secure hardware wallet, your Bitcoin is secured by cryptography and is accessible only to you. There's no bank vault or panic people to run to. There's no central entity to go insolvent. There are no other customers trying to pull out the same funds you own. Your Bitcoin is always available for withdrawal 24/7, 365 days a year, regardless of what a bank, a government, or corporate decides. This is the power of decentralized cryptographic ownership. Not your keys, not your Bitcoin. This brings us to the most important mantra in the entire cryptocurrency space, a phrase that should be tattooed on the soul of every Bitcoin holder. If you don't control the private key, the little 12 or 24 word seed phrase that generates your access, then you don't own your Bitcoin. When you leave Bitcoin on an exchange, the exchange owns that key. If the exchange shuts down, you might lose access forever, as countless people discovered during events like the FTX collapse. Self-custody means controlling your own physical wallet. It means safeguarding your 12 or 24 word recovery phrase. In an age of digital assets, financial freedom isn't handed to you by any institution. It's something you must actively claim and secure for yourself. The promise of Bitcoin isn't just a higher price. It's the unprecedented freedom from counterparty risk. So, embrace self-custody, take control of your keys, and truly own your money. As I'm recording this right now, the price is $89,567, and which is crazy to even look at, because it's insane to me, because we're still, people can argue we're still in the infancy. I don't really believe that the slightest. There's so many institutions buying this, so many governments buying this, that I don't think we're early. I do not think. I think we're kind of matured right now, and I know the price is just going to keep fluctuating because there's 21 million Bitcoin. But as all these governments and businesses buy up this commodity, this asset, we're not going to see any drops, massive drops in the next couple of years, because everyone's just going to hold this. No one's going to be selling it. And if they do sell it, they're just going to buy back into it because they have such a big wallet. They're basically whales at this point, because I think one of the largest holding governments, or largest holders, are governments or MicroStrategy, I believe. I may be wrong, but that's just a thought that I had. I hope you enjoyed the video. More to come very, very soon.